So, ladies, good afternoon and welcome to Meet the Artichoke Girls, Ariane Poole. We haven't done this for a while, but in lockdown, I think we did this almost every week. The one thing you all have to remember about Ariane and I is that we are both very, very technically challenged, and I have to wait until she appears on my screen to invite her. So I can see that Lizzie Nally has joined us, but not Ariane yet. So as soon as I can see that Ariane has joined the live, then I will ask her to come on the video. And if it all goes pear-shaped, we'll have another go in a few minutes' time. So, yeah, we used to do Meet the Artichoke Girls all the time during lockdown, but in the past couple of years have got... Ariane Poole is watching. I'm going to ask Ariane to join me. I've sent her a request. I am going to say yes, she can join me, and then hopefully she'll be here. Oh my goodness, we did it, Ariane.
I'm thrilled and shocked at the same time.
And you've got your face on. I haven't. I've got a very simple makeup today because this is a work day behind the scenes, so I don't put my slap on.
Well, I did it for you especially.
Oh, you look gorgeous,
Thank
darling.
you.
So I was just saying that this, we used to do these all the time. We had such fun with them during lockdown because we all have such interesting lives, even if we don't really think they're that interesting to everybody else.
Do you know what is absolutely true? I say to people, well, what do you do? And it is fascinating. And they all, oh, it's so boring. I'm thinking, no, it's not. It might be when you do it day to day to day to day, then for you, maybe it is boring. I mean, I don't think you think your job is boring. I don't think my job is boring. But there are things in everybody's job that are a little bit boring, don't we know? But
Exactly.
I love what I do, and I know that you love what you do. And I've been loving some of the dresses that you've been showing. I have to say, oh my gosh.
Oh, they are selling out fast. I mean, K-Design have really, really excelled themselves this
There's a
season.
leopard print wrap that somebody wore on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so gorgeous. That is so me. So yeah.
They are really, really, and almost sold out actually.
I need
So,
to get one.
when we get to know everybody who is an artichoke girl, rather than just me interviewing them, we've always done this homage to Vogue 72 questions. And what we do is we ask you 30, but Ariane can attest that she's got absolutely no idea what I'm going to ask her.
No, and I'm actually quite nervous.
So you should.
I never get nervous about anything, very rarely, but I'm a little bit, oh, okay.
So we're going to kick off because the questions normally, some you're just like yes or no, but some of them, just give people a view of somebody else's life that's not as obvious as it might be. So we always ask 2 questions of everybody who does this, and the first is diamonds or pearls.
Oh, I'm going to go both because I like actually mixing the two together.
Oh my goodness me, you're the first person who's ever said that.
Oh.
Rebel at heart.
No, because I've got earrings that are like pearls, but they've got little diamantes around the top, and I've also got necklaces that have got they're so yeah, I like both, and I like mixing them together.
Yeah, and actually, that's such a sensible answer, but most people are very firmly in one or other camp. And the next one is big knickers or small knickers.
Big knickers.
Big knickers. All the way.
Definitely.
So back in the day, I was thong woman. I'm sure you were. Or what have you
no,
always been?
I've never been a thong woman. I've liked high legged ones, high cut ones. I don't like the ones that cut my leg. And they're really pretty and they're very sexy and nice. They're not like those big knickers like that, but they're really beautiful knickers. So yeah, but I've always liked it. I don't, for some reason, I just don't like anything. I think maybe I don't like anything that's too diggy inny.
Yeah. Well, actually, these days I am big knickers all
Love
the
a big
way,
knicker.
up to
Love.
my armpits. They're
I had one pair that you went up to here, and
my
it was
new
like,
tucky in pants. They're
yeah, you have these
amazing.
big knickers that went up to here. And the only problem with those ones is that sometimes if they weren't the right perfect fit, they rolled down.
These new ones I've got, I have had to size up to get them underneath
Yeah.
my bra.
Mm.
But you know, after about 30 minutes, I forgot I had them on. I've
Oh,
got them from this
fantastic.
lovely lady called Sally from Ample Bosom, but we're not talking about her today. It's Ariane all the way. So, Ariane, when you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing on your mind?
The first thing I do is I go to the loo, and then I do tongue scraping, and then I go and do my meditation.
So, what does tongue scraping involve then?
It's this thing I've been practicing. I've been leaning towards Ayurvedic holistic practices,
Yeah.
and I've been tongue scraping for probably be about maybe a little bit over a year now. And it's just in the morning you scrape your tongue. And I was reading actually just recently, if your gut is perfect, you don't have to do that. But obviously my gut isn't perfect because I do have to do it. And it's really good. It sort of sets you up for the day and everything. And you still brush your teeth. It's not like instead
Uh-huh.
of, it's as well as. And sometimes I do oil pulling as well, where you swish oil around in your mouth. But I would do that after I've done my meditation.
So what does tongue scraping involve? Do you have
It's
a special thing?
I do. Do you want me to go and get it? I'll go and grab it quickly.
Yeah, if it's not a million miles away.
It's not.
This is amazing. I've never heard of tongue scraping before. Oh my God,
You
it
go,
looks like an instrument of torture.
oh, if you stick it too far down your throat, you go. But no, this is really good. And then because it's stainless steel, you clean it and it's hygienic. And I make sure I clean it really properly. You can also get copper ones as well. I do have a copper one somewhere, but I don't know where I put it.
Do you think I can use my kitchen tongs?
Who knows? You might be. You probably could. Do you know what? You probably could use a spoon. You know,
Yes.
not a fork, but a spoon. You can go like that. It's really good. Some days stuff comes off, other days nothing comes off. So I'm like, and you kind of know where your gut is because of that. If you think, oh, maybe I've had a bit too much cheese, you can see that it
Right,
comes. Yeah, it's
okay.
interesting. Anyway, yeah. So
And how long do you do it for?
just very quick.
Oh, so it's not forever, just
Oh.
a quick old scrape.
Yeah, you're not there for a long time. You're there probably less than a minute.
Oh God, I'm going to do it with a teaspoon tomorrow with my morning
Ah,
cup of tea.
it's
Right,
really
so that
interesting.
is watch this space. How would you describe your home, Ariane?
Well, that's a really hard one. I really love my home. There's bits that I really would like to do. I quite like hippie chic.
Yeah.
As you can see, I've got lots of books and things like that, but I do
Yeah.
really like I like that kind of, India,
Yeah.
eclectic, all of that kind of stuff. That is my kind of, I like that.
And that's how your home is dressed at the moment.
Yes.
India hippie chic.
It's not country-ish and everything. And I always do the table. I've done I love tablescaping. I do tablescaping all the time, and I change it seasonally. So right now it's autumnal, which has got like an autumnal wreath going through it with
Oh my
candles. So
goodness
I
me.
love that. To me, that is just, I come in and in my kitchen, I see my table, I go,
And as you know, in my house, I'm lucky if I can get the dogs off the table.
but you've got cute dogs. I would like a dog. I like dogs.
I would be a lot happier if they didn't get on the kitchen
Oh,
table.
my dog Chip, when he was alive, he used to get on the table. My kids used to say how, and even he could even get on the table when he was blind. I mean, how? I don't know. They're amazing. Mm.
So, Ariane, what was the first album you ever bought? Obviously, we did
Oh,
vinyl.
You would laugh. It was Tom Jones.
Mine's even better. Donny Osmond.
Oh my goodness. I remember I was 9 or 10 or something like that, and he was on something like the Ed Sullivan Show or something, and I was like, oh wow. And I was allowed to buy an album, and I chose him. And then the next album I bought was Engelbert Humperdinck.
Oh my God.
I like that kind of croony kind of music. And then it was Paul McCartney, the when he did the thing with Linda, Wings,
Wings,
yeah,
yeah,
Wings,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, well, mine was Donny Osmond, and to this day, I still have a soft spot for him.
Huh.
So, who is your favorite designer?
Um, I would say Norma Kamali.
Right, and why?
I loved Norma Kamali when she first came out. I loved her independence, her fierce persona, and everything like that. I love her designs. It was like what was it would call it? The she did the duvet coats, but she also did tracksuit material. And I remember having all these outfits. And I actually got married in a Norma Kamali dress.
Oh, wow.
And I actually like her as a person. She is in her late 70s. Oh my gosh. I wish I could be her.
Hmm.
She has got so much energy and vitality, and oh my, just an amazing woman. I think she's quite extraordinary.
So that is not a first choice for everybody
No.
because most people go, oh, Yves Saint Laurent, or So that is really, really interesting. And what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is green. I can't
Yes.
wear green as much as I used to be able to wear green. I can't wear that sludgy green, which I really love because of my hair color now makes me look like I'm sort of not feeling well. But
Yeah.
I love lots of colors, but my favorite color would be green.
And what three things are always in your handbag?
My pack of crayon, which I need for my stomach, my concealer palette because I've got rosacea, as you know,
Yeah.
and tissues.
Right, so the next one might actually be a very similar answer.
Okay.
So, what is your desert island makeup
Oh,
item?
the concealer palette,
The
definitely.
concealer. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it is pretty special,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. So, Ariane, what would you never wear?
Mm, something that was overly structured. You see some of these designs where they've got these things coming out all over the
Yeah.
place like that. I no, I like quite simple things. I love the stuff that you have. I love the things
Hmm.
that there's lots of different places that I like. I like things that are quite simple. I love dresses. Um, I've started wearing trousers again, which I used to wear when I was younger, and then I switched over to dresses, and now I'm back into trousers and dresses in a mix. I don't, I would just not wear anything that was like stiff material, itchy material. I'm allergic to wool, so nothing wool. I can't wear
Yeah.
anything wool. So yeah,
Can you just have a very, very slight mix, or are you 100% no wool?
100% no
Yeah.
wool.
Yeah,
It,
it is
it,
tricky, isn't it?
mm,
And we used to have wool jumpers for our school uniforms, and I can
oh,
remember, and also because we were educated by nuns, you weren't
mm,
allowed to itch, for goodness sake. You could be mistaken for a vagrant.
yeah.
So I could just remember just being in these wool jumpers, wanting to die and not being able to scratch yourself because
I
only foreign
remember,
children did that.
yeah, I remember how my dad, I had these tights and they were woolen tights. Oh my God. Oh, it is. I think I've got is it PTSD from that?
It
I
is.
definitely. I will remember, and I used to hate it so, because all you can think about when you're wearing something that's itchy and
Yeah.
uncomfortable is the itch and the uncomfortable. You can't sort of just get on with things.
No,
So yeah,
no,
but
no.
I'm
So
grateful that there's some great fabrics around now.
yes, yeah, that are not wool based.
Yeah.
So, what is the oldest item of clothing in your wardrobe? Is it your wedding dress?
No, I don't have that anymore, sadly. What is the oldest item? Oh, I think one of them is a puffball dress that I bought from Brown's. They'll have it. It's in the loft.
Oh, no. I would love to see you in a puffball.
I love that puffball dress. It was fantastic because I had two weddings. I had my proper wedding, and then we had a blessing because not some of the family couldn't come. So I had this a suede jacket, almost this kind of color made, and it was black and this color, and then you could wear the puffball underneath it. It was really cool. I wore that to many a party, I can tell you. And I also had a skirt that was black leather and purple suede, which I had made and designed. But so that was really nice. But yeah, so I've got a puffball. I also have, which is I'm never going to get rid of it. It is a David Emmanuel. Do you remember that dress that Princess Diana wore? It was a black. It was
I was going to say, was it the black one?
They made one for me.
Oh my God.
I've got it. I can't fit into it anymore, but I will never, ever let that dress. I absolutely love it. And you can think how many years ago that was. That was in the 80s. So both of those things were in the 80s. I don't think I've got anything older than the 80s that I can think of. But those two I love. And I won't
we can see you with the Emmanuel dress on your arm and the puffball on your head.
the puff. I keep on wishing that one of my daughters will go, "Oh, Mum, I really love that. Can I have it?" Not one of them has asked for it.
Do you know what? I think it was very much of its time, wasn't it?
I know.
Possibly never to be repeated.
Well, I wish one of them could fit into the Emmanuel because the Emmanuel is stunning. Yeah, it is just, and it's the quality, and oh my gosh, I just feel so honored to have that.
Well,
I almost feel like I feel that I should put it in a frame. It's a short dress. It's not very big. It's only about that. It's quite mini. I was thinking maybe I should put it into a frame and put it up on a wall or something.
Yes.
Because it is a stunning piece of work.
Yeah. No, you should definitely find a way to make that work in your life still.
Yeah.
Hang on, I just need to get down because our printer was broken, so I can't print this off. I'm just scrolling.
Okay.
So what is your favorite family heirloom?
A ring that my mother gave me. My father bought it for my mother when I was born, and it is just it was a ring to celebrate my birth. And when I was 55, she gave it to me as a gift, my 55th birthday present, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, that is such a lovely story, isn't it? That is so lovely.
Yeah.
And what is your favorite flower?
I would say lily of the valley is my favorite flower.
Because of the scent, or
because of the scent? Because of the scent, and it reminds me of my grandmother. And when we were little and living in France, every May the 1st, we got lily of the valley. And when I got married, my bouquet was lily of the valley. And when I went to my high school graduation, it was way out of lily of the valley season. And the boy that asked me to the graduation ball, he said, "What flower do you want?" I said, "Lily of the valley." And he got it. He got it.
Oh my God!
He got it.
Marry him. He would have adored you to this day. Clearly, his parents had a ball.
He is still a friend. He is still a really good friend. But I was just like, I thought, oh my God. And when I realized that it was way out of season, I thought, well, he'll never get it. But then when he showed up with it was a little wrist thing that you wore.
Oh,
and it was, and you could just, and when you're dancing, you could smell it. It was fantastic.
Oh, how lovely. Yeah. So, what is your favorite museum or art gallery?
My favorite museum is the V&A.
And what is a question you hate to be asked?
Oh, I can't think of any question I'm sure there is one, but I can't think of what a question is that I hate to be asked.
Well, that's fine, because clearly there aren't many.
No. Usually I'll answer. And there is one. I was asked this the other day. Oh, what do you use that for? What do you spend that? What money do you spend on that? And I'm like, what business is yours? What I spend my money on?
Oh.
And it was so when it's nobody's business. Why are you asking that kind of thing? I don't like. I don't like
No,
when
neither do
questions
I.
are prying. I have nothing to hide. But I don't like questions that are not relevant. I mean, if it was something that something that was relevant, then I would say, oh, this is what it's for. But when it's irrelevant and it has nothing to do with you, why is that a question that anybody
Yeah,
would
it's
ask?
judgmental as well, isn't it? There is
Yeah.
an implication, because I always hate it when people say, "Oh, well, I wouldn't spend that. I wouldn't spend that." Well, that's fine, but I
We're
would.
not asking you to spend it.
Uh,
Also, too,
me, I'm
yeah,
doing it.
but also too, I might not spend something on somebody what somebody else would spend it.
Exactly.
Everyone has their thing. It's really
Yeah.
interesting because if something costs a lot of money and you can see a value in it and it's going to give you so much joy, or it's going to do something that really lights you up, it's worth it. And if something costs £5 or £3 or £2 and it's not going to, it's still too much money.
Of course
So
it
it
is.
doesn't matter.
And also, actually, it's got nothing to do with you. You
I
know
agree.
what I spend my money on? It's my money.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would never ever say to somebody, oh, I wouldn't
How much did
spend
you
that.
spend on that?
Yeah,
Oh,
how about, oh.
I just think it's a very weird, and I think that might be like I don't know if that's an old thing, because how I grew up, that you would never, you don't ask people those kind of
Oh,
questions, but
actually, it probably is good
could be.
manners. I don't think
Yeah,
it's got anything to do with my age,
no.
because I can remember back in the day before I had kids and I actually had money. Um, I had, and I
That's true. That's true.
had a Gucci handbag when it meant something,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you really, really, really,
You saved up and you got it, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
yeah,
It was, as my lovely friend Ian always used to say, when it was the dog's bollocks.
yeah.
And I can remember somebody at work saying, "Oh, well, I would never spend that much on a handbag." And they had their hands manicured every week, which I do now, every month now, but they had it done weekly. And
Yeah,
I would no more have done that than flown to the moon when I was younger, when I had nice hands.
yeah.
But I wouldn't have dreamt of saying anything like that to them. It's
Everybody's
just bad
priorities
manners.
change. It
Yeah.
is manners. You don't ask. There's certain questions you just don't ask. I would never
No.
dream of asking somebody that anything like
No,
that.
no.
Yeah,
So we are as one on
yeah.
that one. And what question do you wish you were asked more often?
Mm, ooh, that's another one I don't know. I don't know what question I would be asking. Um, I'm completely blank.
Well, we may come back to it.
We might, yeah, let me think about that. I
You
actually can't
may
think of,
actually think of it.
yes, as I'm going along.
Now then,
Mm.
do you believe in free will or destiny?
I think I believe in destiny to a certain extent, but I also think free will plays a huge part in it.
Mm.
So if you're given choices, because we're all given
Yep.
choices, it is our free will that gives us the choice. And it doesn't matter, because all of it is your destiny. No matter whether you choose this way or that
Yeah.
way, it's still your destiny. So
Mhm.
it's a bit of both. I think that we are given that opportunity of free will. It will always take us to where we're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not where we think we should be going,
No.
but then in the end, I think in the end, it always turns out all right.
Life is a funny old thing,
Mm.
which is what I say to my children.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
might not seem like it at the time,
yeah.
but when you look back, you'll think, oh my goodness me, that's
Well,
why that happened.
yeah, I always think of Adele when Adele went through that big breakup and she was so distraught, and she
Mm,
said that she was, she wouldn't come out of her house and everything. And then she wrote that album and she became a multimillionaire. If
mm.
she didn't have that sorrow, that heartbreak, she would have never been who she is today.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. And we can bring that down to our level as well,
yeah,
can't we?
yeah,
And also, I just think that, you're dealt the cards that you're dealt in life,
yeah.
but then it's up to you how you react to them.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
sometimes you react really well, and sometimes you think, I could have done better. At least I know
yes.
I sometimes think I could have done better.
Yeah, but again, it's like Edith Piaf. I just don't think we should have
Yeah.
any regrets in
Yeah. I
life.
love
Life
that.
is too
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
That is at my funeral, along
Yes.
with Perfect Day. Not an original thought in my head.
Yeah.
So, If you could have a date with someone living or dead, who would it be?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Living or dead? I'm trying to think. There's no dead people that I would have a date with. I can't think of anybody that I'm thinking, oh, I missed out there. I'm just, who would I have a date with?
I mean, it could be a female, it could be a lunch date. It doesn't have
No,
to
I
be a
know. I'm
date
just
date.
thinking.
It's just
I
somebody
mean,
you really would like
okay,
to
if
meet.
it's a non-romantic date, I would probably choose someone like Diane von Furstenberg or
Yeah.
Martha Stewart. I'd be very interested talking to her, not like a date, but like a lunch date. So
Yeah, yeah.
I find her fascinating. I'm watching her biography at the moment. It is really
Okay.
good. I read her biography just before or just when she went to jail, or just before
Right.
she went to jail. I read that years and years ago, and I've also read. There's a lot of female people that I find are really fascinating. I'd love to learn about their lives and things like that, and how they overcame some of the things. Maybe not what they've shared already to the public, but there must be some even more in things that are involved. So I would say Martha Stewart, Diane von Furstenberg, probably Norma Kamali. I would put her in
Yeah.
that, because they're kind of. Oh, I would probably speak to some of the suffragettes. I would love to meet some of the
Yeah.
suffragettes. I was a huge women's lib equal opportunity person when I was in high school. I still am. And I would love to hear some of the things that they did and how they did it. And it's just very inspiring. I think women have got a fantastic strength. And with men, I just think that who do I think is, I'm trying to think who I think is like, wow. But there's a lot of men that I think are quite interesting. Probably, no, I can't think of anyone that I would sort of go and pick their brain, or can't think of anybody.
Do you know what? I read something that Helen Mirren said the other day.
Mm,
I don't know when she said it, but I just read it recently. And I've never really considered myself to be, really into women's rights or a
mm,
real women's liber person.
mm,
But then she said, which really made me think, talk to any woman and ask her if she would want the life of a woman. She would want the life that a woman had 50 years ago with the rights associated. And she would probably say no. And
mm.
she is so right,
Yeah, I
you
remember.
know?
I remember in high school I used to get detentions in grade 8 because we weren't allowed to wear trousers to school, and I thought, well, this is really unfair. We live in Canada; it's freezing. I mean, we have snow, and so I would wear trousers to school, and I would get detention. And the teacher, finally, the principal, because the vice principal would always take the detention. You're back again. I went, yeah, I'm back. And he said, when will you stop coming back? I said, when you let us wear trousers. And he went, okay, done. He said, done. I
Oh,
can't. I was there so often. I was like, I had my own little area. But I just thought, and funnily enough, I didn't wear trousers that much then. And then I did the same thing with jeans. I don't, you know me, I'm not, I wear your jeans and
yeah.
one other pair of jeans. I am not a huge jeans wearer. And your ones are one of the most comfortable ones I've ever worn. So yay for that.
Mm.
But I remember doing the same thing with jeans because boys could wear jeans. And he said to me, oh, you're back. I said, yeah, no, I only did one detention for the jeans.
Oh God, so you've always been a real rebel, whereas it took me much longer to find my voice, I think.
I just didn't think. And he said, well, boys can't wear dresses. I said, or skirts. I went, if they want to, why not let them?
Yeah.
Let them freeze. It's up to you. And I did it with one of my daughters at their school. They made them wear tights in the wintertime. And I'm like, you guys, and I said, absolutely no. And got them to, and I thought, this is that fight should not go on that was in 1971 or something like that. It shouldn't be happening again in the 2000s. Come on, that's ridiculous.
No, I think they possibly have come on. I mean, we were light years behind you. We weren't allowed to wear ankle socks because they were considered provocative underwear. Yeah, anyway.
And if you look at what girls are wearing now, if you want to have, I drive a lot, and I'm like, how does your mother let you go out like that? I mean, literally crop tops and things that are just, you barely covering their bodies. I mean, my God. And I sound like an old person, but
Yes, I was going to say, you sounding very old, Ariane,
but I'm
very
still
old.
saying that I don't think that going to school with a crop top is and showing your midriff
Appropriate.
I'm sorry. And I'll say I'm an old person. I don't care.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I'm not sure that I would have wanted my daughter to go to school in a crop top, because actually it's more about your attitude to work. You're going there to work.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
not partying. That's
No.
fine at the weekends,
Oh,
but yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I have no issue with. I just think in a work environment
Yeah.
or a school environment, it's not appropriate. It's the same as when you go into certain buildings, you have to wear like a thing over your shoulders. And it's just being respectful for where you are. That's
Exactly.
all. That's all it is. If you're at a club or you're going out to a friend's for a party, hey, where the heck? I mean, I used to wear
Yeah.
wild clothes. I mean, I had a pair of see-through jeans, plastic jeans that I wore. I was on the front page of the newspaper in Vancouver with these see-through jeans on and a body underneath. So trust me, but I wasn't at school. I wasn't. It was a club. I went clubbing, and that's what I wore. It was cool.
This is an extra question because I'm curious to know.
Mm,
So you're going to be asked 31.
okay.
What are your thoughts on wearing tights? So I'm not talking about you and I, just going out shopping.
Mm.
But say you're a prime minister, or you're a member of parliament, or you're a judge, or you're just somebody in a position of responsibility. What are your thoughts about wearing tights in that situation? Or stockings, just basically having your legs covered.
Okay, so I've got two things. If you're someone that say you're going through menopause and it's that the tights make you
Yeah.
hot and you get a flush and everything like that. Okay, you could and tights will do that to you. Then don't wear the tights, but you need to wear leg makeup. Blotchy,
Yes.
blotchy,
Purple legs.
blotchy legs is I'm sorry because it's a distraction, but not in a nice way.
You see, I think that you should wear tights if you're in a, I wouldn't go to somebody's funeral in a
No,
dress above my knees and not have my legs covered in some way. I just think that there
no,
are
no, no. I
some,
agree with you with that. Yeah, yeah. I think that if unless there was some kind of a reason, like I say, if
yeah,
it was something where you were having like humongous hot flushes and it was really difficult for you to do your job, and or if you were going through something else that you made it difficult
yeah,
to
if
do
you were
that,
poorly or something like that.
I I've gone if I when I go bare legged, which I like to do,
Yeah, that's fine.
I will wear leg makeup. I will always, always, always wear leg makeup because it looks like you're wearing tights, but you're not.
So
But
we are as one.
I wouldn't go with blotchy legs anywhere. That
No.
definitely not. That looks
Mm.
that it. And I'm not being superficial here. It is a distraction.
I just think it's a lack of respect for you,
Yeah.
for the position you're in, or for the event that you're at. I think
Mm,
again, it's about making a bit of effort, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't wear your gardening shoes with your evening gown.
No, no. Some might.
Okay.
Cake or ice cream?
Both. I love cake and I love icing and I love ice cream. So I'm going to go both.
Both. What
Definitely
is
both.
your favorite drink?
It used to be a vodka and tonic, and I don't drink alcohol anymore. So I have this thing called it is like what's it called? It's almost like a Campari, but it's an alcohol-free Campari. It's a
Okay.
bitter, and you can mix it with a soda water or a tonic water or something like that. If I was going to have a drink, that would be it. But it's alcohol-free, and it's I can't remember the name of it. I bought it the other day, and I absolutely love it. It comes in little bottles like that, and you use it to mix. But apparently it's for children. I didn't realize that, but anyway,
And
it's
I'm
for
so
Italian
pleased
children.
it's not just me who just can't remember anything. I think it's because we've got so much going on
Yeah.
in our heads. I don't think it's the onset of dementia. I just
No,
think
no, no. It's just there's a lot of
we,
information
yeah.
going on, and what's it called? San something or other. It's called San something or other. I can't remember now, but it's really nice, and it makes you think that you're having a cocktail. So I will have that as an aperitif, and yum.
Oh, you must try and remember and put it in the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
comments
No, I'll try to remember it.
afterwards.
Yeah.
So, what is the best part of your job, Ariane?
I think it is helping women look and feel good about themselves.
Mm.
That I absolutely, when I do a makeup or I tell them how to do something and they go away going, my husband said I look really good, or my friends have said, have you been away? You look fat. When they had that compliment that is unexpected, and it's easy for them to do, literally, it's fantastic for me.
And do you find that a lot of women our age have lost their way?
I think a lot, yeah, and it is so easy to do. I know
Mm.
that I've been in that same situation with either clothing or thoughts and things. And you have to kind of just what I was it when I was listening to Martha Stewart talk. They were talking about uh, not reinvent. She called it something else. She called it evolve.
Yeah.
And I love that word as well. I think that is because we evolve
Yes.
as humans, rather than we're not constantly trying to reinvent ourselves. I don't want to be a different person. I want the essence of that person that was there to come forward. So I want to evolve that essence. So
Yeah,
that
of
I thought
course.
to myself yesterday when I was listening to her, I thought that is brilliant. Evolve.
It is brilliant because life is a journey and we have
Yes.
one beginning and one end.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end until
The ends.
until it ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we just move through it
And
and
that, yeah, we
yeah,
evolve through it, and each
yeah,
stage is a different. And what I don't like is when they make one thing I really when they make menopause an illness.
that is a
I'm
subject for another
I know
half
I'm just
hour
gonna say
because
I'm gonna
we'll
just
be ranting the
I
pair
know
of us
I'm just gonna
till
say
about 10 o'clock at yeah,
suffer.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a lot of the medical profession make it out to be an illness. It's not an illness. It is a journey that we have to take,
Yeah.
and we have to each of us is different. So it's not that I'm dismissing other people's things.
No, but we should actually get a few of us actually on one of those big Zoomy things
That
if
would
we
be
could ever
really
work out
good.
how
That
to
would
do
be
it. Because
really
I
good.
know that you feel strongly. I know that Laurie from
Mm.
Vanity and Me, she feels really strongly. She had a medically induced menopause at 35. Her life
That's
did
right.
not finish.
Yeah.
And we are both examples
No, and
of
that's just
being
it.
happily hormone free.
But I think women should talk about any kind of experience, but they always seem to want to talk to the people that have had the negative experience, not
Yeah.
the people that have had. I mean, I didn't sail through it. I'm not going to say that, but to me, being at this other end,
We
uh,
will do something else. We
yeah,
will do something else because I think that would be really uplifting for a lot of
yeah.
people. Ah, which is quite pertinent to the next
Oh,
question.
okay.
If you could make a documentary, what would it be about?
It would be about aging and how to embrace
Yes.
aging 100%, because there is no alternative.
Well, there is, but
Well,
we
there
don't
is.
want it.
No, no, no. That's the end. We don't want it.
Yes.
I think and I think that we as women, we do get a sort of a real negative slant on aging, and it's happened from way back. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember listening to friends of mine's parents and their grandparents and stuff, and I remember hearing all of that narrative. I was extremely fortunate that my mother, who's still alive, thank goodness, is really positive about aging and things like that. So I really had a great mentor. But I
Me too.
also look at other women who age without. My mother's not Botoxed or fillered or anything like that, but she just accepts and embraces the fact that you get older, and it's one of those things not to fear. Yes, there's all sorts of things we go through, and you think, "Oh, I wish I didn't have that wrinkle here. I wish I didn't have that." I say the same things, but that's what my documentary, and to speak to those women who are really, and they don't have to be famous people. They can be just everyday women that you meet. I've seen some extraordinary women, and yeah, that would be my documentary,
Yeah,
definitely.
and in both our jobs we meet them, don't we?
Yeah, yeah,
So very ordinary women
yeah,
who have incredible stories to
yeah,
tell. I'm just scrolling because it keeps switching itself
yeah.
off. Do you have a phobia?
Oh yeah, I'm scared of moths.
Oh my gosh, that's unusual.
Terrified. I'm not afraid of spiders, funnily enough, which is what a lot of people
Mhm.
are. I had a big spider nearly this size the other day, and I put on my this sauna glove, those white gloves.
Yeah.
And I went and picked it up like this, and I took it and put it outside, and my daughter was like, "Oh my God." But if a moth flies anywhere near me, I will scream like a little girl, hysterical.
But are you frightened of butterflies?
Nope. No, I love
That's so
butterflies.
bizarre.
No, I think it's because moths are erratic and they fly like that at you. And I'm not, and I like bats, which are like ginormous flying moths, but I don't, moths freak me out. All of them.
We're going to have to talk to ChatGPT afterwards and find out why.
And I've always been afraid of moths.
Vintage or new?
Both. I like both. Yeah, there's depending on what it is. I've got some really nice vintage pieces that I've collected over the years, and vintage is not that old actually, by the way. So some of my vintage pieces, which is like the Emmanuel dress, that's vintage now. So I've got some vintage pieces, and I've also like new things as well.
And what is the first thing that you noticed about someone when you first meet them? Sorry, I didn't phrase that brilliantly, but you know what I mean. What do you
I
notice first?
I actually I notice whether they smile or not.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. I notice whether they have got even at a resting, that resting face, whether
Resting
they,
bitch face.
yeah, or just a resting happy face. And if
Mm.
they, because, and then if it is a resting bitch face, I kind of will delve into chatting to them, and then they will like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
And what are you reading at the moment? We know. No, we don't. We know what you're watching. We don't know
And
what
while
you're
I'm watching,
reading.
what am I reading? I'm reading a book called Cure. I read Bobby Brown's book just recently, her one that she just brought out. I
Right.
read that in a day. It was
Uh-huh.
fascinating. It was really interesting. I read that in one day. It was a good read. So I just finished that, and I'm reading a book called Cured.
And what's that all about?
It's about different types of cancers and things.
And is it good? Or is it
Really
harrowing? Or is it fascinating?
fascinating, absolutely so interesting.
Yeah.
As you can see, I actually do really love to read.
Yes, you like me.
If I had to say what is your hobby, my hobby would be one, reading
Yeah.
would be the number my first and foremost hobby, and that's from when I was little. I remember starting to read when I was quite young, and
Yeah.
I used to live in the library when I was little.
And it's the one thing I've never ever given up.
No,
I've never given up good skincare, and however skint I was,
yeah,
and however little time I have, the one thing I've always hung on to is reading. It is my solace.
yeah. And I love it because it can take you out of yourself. So
Yeah.
if it's some kind of a fantasy thing, or some kind of adventure, or like a murder mystery or something, it can educate you. There's so many different things it can do for you.
Yeah.
It can uplift you, it can make you laugh, it can make you cry, it can give you perspective of not only your life but other people's lives as well. I like biographies as well because I love to see how other people have managed their trials and
Yeah.
tribulations and succeeded.
Yeah. And we also are both very keen on education at our age,
Yes,
aren't we?
yes,
Never
yes.
stop learning.
I know you're going back as well.
I'm
When
loving
do you
it.
have you started already?
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, no, it's again, we'll have another chat about education sometime.
Do you know what?
Uh,
I think that as long as you can keep learning throughout it doesn't have to be anything major, but I think learning throughout your whole life keeps you fresh,
yeah,
keeps you
absolutely.
active, and keeps your mind active, which I
Yeah.
think is, I find it interesting. Sometimes I find it very challenging, but it's still interesting.
Absolutely. Do you
Yeah.
know my father, when he became ill, when he became very ill and was no longer strong enough,
Mm.
he'd been a boat builder. He was a very
Yeah.
physical man.
Yeah.
When he was no longer strong enough to do anything physically, he, in the last 3 months of his life, taught himself how to navigate from the stars again. We got him a
Wow.
telescope. He'd learned as a young man,
Yeah.
and that just kept his mind ticking over. And this is somebody who was taught by Jesuits and was
Yeah.
severely dyslexic. So it was just hit when he was a small boy,
Yeah.
but they didn't beat the love of learning out of him. And
No,
I
I think,
think as a family, we're very, very blessed
yeah.
that learning in our family didn't stop when we left school.
Yeah.
As a family, we've always continued
Yeah.
to learn things, and I think that it's a real gift.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the same with my family because my father dropped out of high school when he was in what would be the equivalent of year 9
Mm,
here, and he was extremely successful businessman, and
yeah.
he so creative, and but he constantly learned. And my mother and I have great conversations about health and well-being and all sorts of things. And she's always inquisitive, so I think it's all really important to have that.
hmm I think it keeps the old grey matter going
Yeah.
as well. Letter or postcard?
Um, I would go postcard.
hmm
Yeah.
What have you learned from your children?
Um, I've learned patience, which is not, and they might disagree with that, but trust me, I can tell them definitely, I've learned patience from them. I've also learned a few things that they come up with these, ideas and things that I just think, oh, wow, how do you come up with that? That's really extraordinary. And they show me how to do things, especially tech things, which is
Yeah.
really helpful because I'm so tech rubbish that and anything that they show me. And then when I do it well, they go, well done, mummy. I feel like I should get a little gold star or something.
And now you have grandchildren too. So what
now
have
that
they taught you?
Oh, now they have taught me so much. I watch my granddaughters. I've got 4. I watch them, especially the older 2, because they're 3 and 4.
Yeah.
The other ones are only like just about 1 and not still about 4 months. But how life is just everything is awe for them. I'll tell you, my second granddaughter who lives in LA. She came over to visit with her parents, of course. And it was one of the days that we had a storm and it was raining, and she ran out in the rain and she was going, oh, oh, and she was marveling at the rain. Everybody else was cowering inside. And I went, oh my God. She went, look at the wet here. And she was tapping and touching things and dancing in the rain and jumping in the, I thought, wow, everything to them is fabulous and new and incredible. And I was like, and the same with my other granddaughter. She loves animals, and she was stroking animals and things. And it was just like really interesting how they see everything so fresh, so new. Whereas I mean, everyone that we sheltered in a pub, and everyone in the pub was complaining about it. Ophelia was dancing in the rain,
Mm.
literally.
And how long, I wonder, does it take life to knock that out of us?
I
Wouldn't it be
wonder.
lovely to have that wonder again?
To me, that was just, and
Yeah.
and it was my other grand, she's playing hide and seek. She's a really good hide and seek player. She was hiding my crystals around the house. I'm still looking for some of them. She's hidden them that well. I opened up a cutlery drawer the other day and there was a crystal underneath some of the cutlery. I didn't, anyway, but it was really interesting how their minds work and everything. It was, I just, it gave me, it made me so happy and gave me a lot of love. It just made me just, not me giving me love, but it gave me feel like sending out love. It was just really nice.
Yeah, I've got that to come still. So, what is your biggest regret, if you have any?
Not to leave certain relationships sooner.
We will leave it there,
Yeah.
Ariane.
Yeah, that's one of, if I had to go back and do something, I would have done that. Yeah. And I don't mean just romantic
No, I
relationships. I
know
mean
you don't. I know.
romantic and business relationships. So it's really interesting. I would have cut sooner.
So, for such a rebel and such a brave person who, traveled
Yeah.
halfway across the world, you do hang on to things.
Well, do you know why? Because you think you can fix them, and you don't want to be like for me, if you think that you can fix it, you don't want to feel that you failed.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's not because you know I always try to look at the good in someone.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it doesn't exist,
Yep.
which,
That's right.
and it sometimes that they have other people have other agendas, which that, I try to be really practical, but I still, that's the biggest thing that my children criticize. You see the good in everyone, Mum. You need to stop. And I'm like, I don't want to stop that.
No, don't
I don't
stop.
want to stop that. But that is one of their biggest criticisms. You think that everyone is a good person and they're
Yeah.
not. And that's
Yeah.
what they say. And I'm like, but maybe they are. And some people just aren't.
No. Hang on to the fact that they may well be. I don't want to
Yes.
give up on people either.
No, neither do I. That's why I stay in longer than I would, you know, than I feel that I should have. Yeah.
So that brings it to an end. I hope it
Oh
wasn't that traumatic. Thank you so
no.
much. And I think that everybody has met you at long last. Instead of you just showing them how to be better versions of themselves, we've learned a lot about you today,
Oh,
Ariane. So thank you so much for
well, thank
joining
you.
us.
Thank you for having me. I love all of the Artichoke Ladies community. You guys are just fantastic. All
And
right.
I know you have a little
Oh, yes. Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
what we'll do is if you WhatsApp it to me, I will put it in when we save this, I'll put it there.
Yeah,
And hopefully we can work out how to share this with your community as well, because
that would be good.
obviously I'm sure that your ladies would love to have heard this as well. So
Yeah,
thank you for joining me,
fantastic.
Ariane.
Thank you so
And
much.
we're going to catch up again very soon on Mrs. Artichoke, aren't we, in a
Yes,
couple
we
of
are.
weeks?
We are. We are.
Okay,
Fantastic.
take
All right.
care. Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, Ariane.
Bye.
Bye-bye.